You're going to find out. All righty, gang. Good morning again. How's everybody?
Good.
Everybody good? Yeah? Everybody get food? It's a lot of food today. God help us. We got to get D.R. Horton and Stacia always together. I don't know how many bagels you got or whatever. You know what did you bring?
I got biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy. Baked apples.
Clearly not January 1st.
No. Holy moly. But lots of paper being handed out, gang. D.R. Horton was nice enough to give you their stuff. Ben and Diane will be up in a second. I just want to point this out to you. Make sure you have this. This is the last of, I shouldn't say the last. This is the 6th consumer guide from NAR. You should have the other 5. If you don't have the other 5, go to fax.realtor and you'll see them there and print them out. I would recommend you have all of these and give them to who they apply, meaning this is really for any client. It talks about just written agreements. There's one just for the veterans. There's one if you're dealing with a seller. There's another one just for buyers. This will, if you get this in the hands of your client before you talk to them about signing something, it's going to make your life so much easier. It really is, because I think there's a lot of people out there that still don't know about it. I think I've told you, my buddy in New Jersey, his real estate division is inundated with complaints from consumers thinking realtors are ripping them off by having them sign something, because they never had to sign anything before, right? You just went and bought a house. So NAR did a great job with these consumer guides. So make sure you have these. There's always someone laying around, but fax.realtor is the website, okay? Before we get to Ben, oops, there we go. There's Ben, Sonia, and Sonia couldn't make it.
Sonia couldn't make it.
All right, get rid of Sonia. Sonia's not here.
Me and
Okay.
Diane.
A couple of announcements. October 5th, your MLS dues are due. LVR is so on top of this, they send us the email August 15th. So they send us the email almost 2 months in advance to remind everybody to pay their MLS dues, because we all forget. Unless you're on who's on the monthly plan? Yeah, probably the newer folks. Like us old guys, we just pay it when we get the bill, usually, you know. But I recommend you get on the Smart Pay. I think it's $120 a month.
I say 150 because I started so late.
What is it per month, though?
150.
No kidding.
It's 121. I don't
Yeah, that sounds high. That sounds like they're ripping you off. No, I'm kidding.
So if they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so-
But 121 sounds like it's what the number should be. So, or you just get the bill every 3 months or 6 months, in this case, MLS. So don't forget to pay this, gang, because if you don't pay on that date, they pull the plug on MLS, and you have no more access. So keep that in mind. Some other stuff. We're on a hiring kick here. I want to. Does anyone know who this blonde girl is over there? No? Okay. That's Jessica Murray. She joined us from another competitor in town. So the point is here, some of you are taking advantage of letting me and Wendy know about agents that you've done a deal with that are pretty good agents. Tell us. And you'll get your dues paid for a year once you refer in 3. And besides that, I really think what we have here at Realty One Group, in all honesty, is better than anybody else in town. I swear to God. You know, we all know the comp plans from everybody. And they're all pretty similar. But the 100% commission, $100 a month, there's a lot of companies that do that, but they don't have all the other stuff. The meetings, the technology, the events. You know, they don't have Suzanne and Maria like we do, okay? So keep in mind, if you do a deal with someone else and they're really, really good, just mention it to me or Wendy, because we'd probably want to reach out to them and talk to them about maybe joining Realty One Group. That's the one I just told you about. And what's important on this one, if you notice I highlighted it, how is my agent compensated? Agent compensation can take many forms, such as a flat fee, a percentage of the purchase price, or an hourly fee. All right, we don't do hourly fees at Realty One Group, so nix that one. Agents cannot agree to an open-ended amount of or range of compensation, such as, in quotes, the agent's compensation will be whatever the seller is offering, or between X and Y%. I've seen some of you put that on the BBRA, and then we kick it back to you. You can't do that. You have to put a number, a percent, and number 3, and that's as good as it gets. Everyone kind of understand that, right? Everybody says yes until me and Maria get the BBRAs and they're messed up, okay? If you get stuck on that, call one of us. before you have your client sign it, okay? And Marie's going to talk about the seller BBRA in a little bit, and we have some advice on how those of you that are doing rentals could probably make more money than what you would normally make, okay? So that's that form. All right, gang, as you know, we don't have many builders come in. I don't know, how many do we have come in? 3, maybe, out of the, how many builders are there in town? That a girl, Judy, that a girl. But Ben guarantees a great breakfast, so he's on the top of our list, okay? Let's be honest. But in all seriousness, we probably have 3 builders come in a year. We're not every month, we cycle them through, We like who we like, and Ben and Diane and Sonia are on the top of our list. So, ladies and gentlemen, D.R. Horton, there they are. Come on down.
You're one of our favorite offices to come into as well.
Good answer, Ben. Good answer, baby.
Quite a few of them, and you guys are always a good time. So, let me see what we've got here.
Yeah, let me see. What you got
I'm
here, too.
Tribute.
You grabbed that one, yeah.
I'm Tribute. I'm the townhome community. I think last time I was with you guys, I was finishing up the Tribute single-family homes and transitioning into trails. And I've seen a few of you at the trails, a couple of you with at the trails, which is our townhome community, 1,300 to just over 1,400 square foot, 3-bedroom.
These are up by you.
For easy
Yeah,
on the
that is
northwest, I'm
Tribute.
directly across the street from the last meeting I was at. So, northwest off of 15 and Qualify. That's it. And to your point, yes, we do still pay 3% commission. Yes. We put our interest rate incentives here on our flyer. In addition to that, we have anywhere from $5,000 to $7,500 in closing costs. In addition to this, our mortgage company Guaranteed has a program that if the rates go lower than what they close at within the year, they can refinance for no fees to get the lower rate. So if it goes below 4.99, DHI, no fees at all to get the lower rate. So, because a lot of buyers are out there, I'm waiting to see what the feds are doing, the rates are gonna go down. Well, if that's the case, you can still buy today at this amazing rate and be able to refinance in the next year if it gets lower. Question for me? You guys always have great questions for me.
Well, how large standing inventory do you have currently?
Right now, so with the D.R. Horton's building philosophy is we're always building well in advance of releasing for sale. So we have homes of all of our plans in every single month for the next 6 months. Is the short answer. So it's like, when is your buyer ready to buy? And I'm sure we have a home.
So then you don't have a set build time because it's gonna vary at each one?
We do. It's about 4 to 4.5 months to complete, but no one buys dirt. We don't sell dirt, so you're not waiting that 4 months.
We get houses to sell, it's usually a 30 to 45-day close.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So anything that you walk in and if this one's on the market, your buyer will be closing in 30 to 45 days.
And they're using your lender, correct?
They don't have to,
Oh, they
but
don't
if
have
they
to,
want
okay.
this interest rate, yes, they
Okay,
do.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty enticing. So our community's $7,500 for closing costs and this rate, so that's just a few $1,000s difference in the remaining closing costs, so it's kind of hard to beat.
Okay.
But they don't have to, but if they don't, they don't. Yeah, so.
And I am currently at Heartland Falls and I'm on closeout and I'm still on the interest list, so I already know who's getting what homes. But Falls 2 is opening the beginning of November and the models have been remodeled.
North Las Vegas.
And if you're on our email list, we have a realtor presentation usually the day before grand opening. So I expect November 1st would be the realtor presentation of the models.
We'll send the invite
stay
to Tim,
tuned
so
for
Tim can
that.
send it out to all of you.
Yeah, yeah.
The standing inventory is the 3% commission, but if they walk in and wanna buy something that's not standing, it's not commission for.
So 3% on everything, we've always done that. This is our base pricing sheet, and that's what you get paid off of. So if there's a lot premium, we don't have upgrades in our community, so if there's a lot premium, you get paid off the lot premium, you get paid off that base pricing there. So to Diane's point, everything we sell is inventory.
Okay.
We don't sell dirt.
Cool.
You can't say, oh, I love this lot here, can I build the 2550 on it, or,
Yeah, it's already been said.
we say, you like the 2550, it's this lot, or this lot,
Oh,
which
I see.
one would you like? Yeah.
And then I have a client that wants a downstairs bedroom, like do you guys have something like that? Okay.
That would be a Falls 2,
Mhm.
which will open in November.
Which
And with the
location?
first closings in December.
She's at Heartland behind Aliante, then Heartland at Tully Springs.
So there's a map in there of all the Heartland communities, there's currently 5, am I right, 5? There's currently 6, one isn't on that map yet, which would be the attached project as well.
Yeah.
And Falls 2,
Multi-gen properties.
multi-gen would be in the Manor and Summit.
if those are upstairs bathrooms, or they usually ranch on?
I don't know which one is.
Manor are single story and Summit goes up to 4,400 square foot, 2 stories. Yeah.
Hey, Ben, is there a concierge phone number at DR Horton?
It is, it's Sonia, she couldn't make it today. We
Okay,
can get
that's
that
what I
to
thought.
you.
Yeah.
Sonia's the one that she does, if you have any questions on any community across the valley, Sonia's the one to call. She's got it all, she can help set up an appointment, make sure the on-site agent's available for you. So we'll get you her information so you can pass it on.
702-501-6301.
Are you selling something on that? 702-5, what is it? Say it again.
501-6301. There's also a different number up here you can use as well. They've got a couple of different numbers. Yeah.
Who is this one?
That's our
It's
online sales. Yeah, she works with our main corporate office, but has the book, the Bible of all of, she also knows if we have inventory, if we have a list in a community, like Diane has a list, I don't have a list, she would know that. She's a one-stop shop. And then once it gets too detailed, then she passes you on to us. Or sets these forms to send you out.
Ben, what's the policy on, I bring them August 1st, it's now September 13th, do I have to sign them up again, a 30-day window, all that, you know what I'm getting at, about
Our reg card
keeping them
says
in
it's
the...
good for 30 days, but in
Okay.
that 30 days, if you continue to follow up, it continues on. So you don't have to, like, every 30 days bring them in. Diane and I are pretty ethical,
Been doing
so
it for a long
as
time.
long as you stay in communication with us, you are good. Now, if 45 days go by and we don't see you or your client and they come in with a new realtor, technically, they can use the new realtor, right? So communication's key. And it doesn't have to be a visit. Give us a call. We make our notes so that we know that you're actively waiting for a specific lot or still working with this buyer, and we'll still work with you, of course.
The new buyer broker rules, that doesn't affect you guys at all, for the most part, right?
Because we're still paying.
Right, you could care less.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I used to get real irritated with realtors that would call and be like, how much are you paying? I totally respect it now, 100%. So we'll take all those phone calls. DR Horton still pays 3%. We love our realtor partners. It's 3% on base
It's
price.
big.
So if there's options in the Heartland or, I mean, at the Falls or at the Summit, you don't get paid on that, but it's still 3%. of
And
the
then
base.
your backyard, what's your time frame if they have to have their backyard?
1 year.
Okay, that's not bad.
Typically, most HOAs nowadays is 1 year from
Okay.
closing, and you can cover your backyard for those budget and mindful buyers. You
Okay.
just cover it in rock, and they consider that landscape. Mostly it's for dust control, you know, to
Yeah.
keep the smog and the dust and the air quality good. So
You gotta keep in mind, gang, their compensation to us has never, you know, the market is in their favor, so they lower it. Or like some builders do, oh, well, you know, we have all this traffic, we're gonna lower it down to X, where they've always been at their number regardless of market conditions. So that's really a tribute to these guys, you know?
no matter how good it was, how
Yeah.
many people we had on the list, we are still 3%.
You may have mentioned this, incentives for the buyer in addition to the rates.
It varies between 5,000 and 7,500. My community's 7,500, is yours 5,000?
Yes.
5,000.
And
So
the Manor and the Summit, for example, they don't have the special interest rates, they just have $10,000 towards closing costs, typically. So always check with whoever you're working with, what's happening in your community, because we all can vary a little bit.
yeah, and if you don't want to call all the communities, call Sonia, she knows the incentives for
Yeah.
all of the
Okay.
communities.
There she is. And what about,
She owes me big for this, just by the way. She owes me big.
I know in the past you were nice enough to let us do like a field trip
Yeah.
to one of your models.
Yeah.
And you give us the whole tour and all that kind of good stuff. Is that still available down the road?
100%, we would love to host you at, her models are closing out, so I would love to host you guys for a lunch
Oh.
between now and the end of the month. We've got 2 models, our townhomes, you can see our locations, they're really, really cute houses planned, so I would
Okay.
love to, so.
Just let us
Anybody,
know.
are we up for that? Are we up for visiting them and stuff, gang? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. It would typically be like this, it would replace this meeting.
Yeah.
So it'd be more of a breakfast thing. Is that an issue? Is that,
So
would you
with-
rather not do it
No,
later?
I would love to have you
I mean,
guys.
we can show up at 11,
I'm just thinking of the
but-
size of our living room and I'm going,
Oh,
we'll just have to keep the door open between the garage and the living space and there would be enough room for everybody. Mhm.
and there's a couple of models we can tour, of course,
There's
right?
2
Yeah,
models
2
that you
models?
can take a look at.
Okay.
And then when the new falls opens,
Right.
we can do that as well, because
Nice.
they are a little bit bigger.
They are much
Okay,
bigger.
okay.
They're the ones with the downstairs bedrooms.
Wow.
You got a question?
Yeah, so we have a $25 gift card First person to tell me what our interest rate is for the FHA raise.
4.99.
4.99.
Look at this, there you go, bada bing, bada boom.
Typically, we raise our hand.
All right.
Thank you so much for having us, for being here.
Thank you, Ben. Thanks, Diane.
Our numbers are on the pricing sheet for our
Yes.
community, so if you have questions after we leave, it's our cell phone numbers, text or call.
Gotcha. Let me, I think I stole all her stuff.
But we're not working today,
Yeah,
so.
here's all yours. Thank you, guys, I appreciate it. All right, gang. Thank you, Ben. See, that's the new home builder, gang. That's what we like, you know, cooperative, friendly, is not gonna, what, say it again? Generous, right, yeah. Those of you that have been doing this for a while, we all know the builders that when the business goes in a certain direction, you know, their pockets get, you know, really deep. You know, they go from a certain amount to a much lower amount because they don't need us as much. These guys never change. They've always been at 3 bananas, so I commend them for that, I really do. All right, gang. We could also not do these meetings without our vendor partners. And one of our favorite, and I really mean that, because she's funny as shit most of the time, you know? She gives me these little quotes of the week when she comes in on my desk. Everybody state your brain from Old Republic Home Warranty. There you go.
Well, it's good to know that I have a small audience if I ever choose to go into stand-up.
Stand up, yeah, I'm just saying, you know.
So, no
And
pressure, right?
another plug for Sonia, not that any of you listen to the radio anymore, but one of our local realtors has a radio show on I forgot, 101.5 maybe it is, or is it 90?
Yeah,
Anyway, it's Harvey over at Berkshire Hathaway, really good guy. And she's on it all the time.
I'm
live on the
I'm a
radio.
quarterly
Yeah, quarterly,
contributor.
yeah, so
And
good
then
stuff.
If you, not to take away from anyone here, but they do tape it live.
Yep, mhm.
So then you get like the reel that's not edited out, which sometimes is more entertaining.
Yeah, very much so, very much so.
I'll be recording again on October, I just got my schedule, October 12th, whatever then that Saturday, because it's at 11 o'clock every Saturday on an AM station that I should know by now.
I think it's 101.5.
I think you're right,
I think,
so.
yeah.
But, good morning, and happy teas for this week of a little bit cooler weather. I was just telling Patrick how much I would love to get a heat claim call and say, hey, can you speed this up for me? And, it's been pretty quiet on AC claim calls, but I would love to have a heat claim call. So, I just wanted to highlight with, just to stay in, and would it be possible if I had your marker to just write my phone number and my email?
Yes, please, anywhere you want.
Because I think well, thank you.
Pick a spot.
I'm not a PowerPoint. Oh, it is, okay, so everybody please
But realtors don't like to read, we all know that, right? None of us, we don't like to read, you know?
text or email me. And I'd love to send you a flyer, I just have it in digital form, for our new construction home warranty. So what that does is it's the same price whether it's a condo, a townhome, a manufactured home, or a single family home under 5,000 square feet. But it kicks in on day 1 of year 2 and goes for 4 years. Or if they're buying standing inventory, or if you sold something 10 months ago and reach out to them and then they need some, it's a good reason to reach out to them. It can start within 30 days and go for 4 years. It starts at $690 for the silver plan. It's $960 for the gold, which then covers the appliances, the washer, dryer, refrigerator, and that's a 4-year price. So that's not every year, that's one price for 4 years. And what a great reason to reach out to your clients if you have sold something in the last 10, 11 months and say, hey, you know what, if you are looking to extend your warranty on the systems in your home, I have a killer deal for you. And if you're purchasing, or if you're going through a purchase with someone and they have incentives on closing costs, home warranties are a bona fide closing costs, and see if that fits into those closing costs, because to have then 5 years, it's not structural, so just remembering that the builder would be responsible for any structural warranty, but as far as AC, water heaters, appliances, electrical, plumbing, it's a heck of a deal. So that's just something, if you're not utilizing, if you're not using it as a reason to pick up the phone and call people for an organic reason, and share the flyer that you're gonna ask me for and send it off to them. I mean, I feel like it's just a great reason to reach out. That pricing, my plans are gonna update in November, as long as we're approved by the state. And the good news is most of them are going down $10 and one goes up $10, but it'll have a really nice enhancement. And the new construction will go up 80, I think, goes to 1040 for the gold, and 750 for the silver, but still, it's still a phenomenal deal for 4 years of coverage. Those numbers are not set in stone until we're approved by the state of Nevada, but I think it's it's a pretty strong likelihood. And so to know that some of our pricing is gonna go down a few bucks is just, is a really nice thing. And if I can ever be of any assistance, if I can speak to your clients, if they're on the fence, even if they don't end up going with Old Republic, to let them know what home warranties are, what they can benefit from, but what we also aren't, and let me tell them that so it sounds nicer coming. Not that it wouldn't sound nice coming from you, but let me give them the bad news, I guess. It's like, it's not gonna cover everything, but it could save them a lot of money. I'd love that opportunity to speak with you and your clients. So if you aren't working with someone that you like, trust, or have confidence in, I'd love that opportunity.
Before you go,
Yes?
get Carrie.
Yeah, Stacia, so do the homeowners, are they able to choose their own vendor upon repair?
You can't, okay, so if they have a claim, if they have something that fails, they have to initiate a claim with us first.
Okay.
You can go out of network. The difference is that you can call anybody you want, really. They have to be licensed, they have to be insured, and we are only gonna reimburse at our cost. That being said, our costs might still be higher than some of the limits of the other companies out there. So you might get $5,000 back on an AC, where another company might have a limit that's $2,000 or $3,000. But we're only gonna reimburse at our cost. But yes, they can go out of network, they just have to call in the claim first. Just
Okay.
like if you go to the doctor, you have to, or you smash your car up, you can't just go get a new car and then turn in the claim to your insurance. Have to initiate that claim with us first.
Cool, thank you.
And one question, for the newer agents, so
Yes.
Julio does his first deal, let's say,
Yes.
and it's closing in a week, he's on the buying side, and the seller is paying for the home warranty,
Okay,
okay? I don't want him to be like me, where a lot of times I would email you or another rep the day of closing. Stacia, it's Tim. Oh shit, I forgot to put the home warranty on the deal, So for them to initiate it, is it as easy as a phone call to you or email you
Yes.
something?
If I'm driving, sometimes when I'm driving, I'm having a personal concert in my car. And if it's a really good song, I might not answer it. So you can text me, you can email me, or you can create an agent toolbox. You can go to orhp.com. There's a red box that says Agent Toolbox.
Okay,
You
it's
can
easy.
put your own
Or
order
HP.
in. You can create that toolbox. And when you create that toolbox, when you do that and you have a buyer's policy, it will automatically sign you up to give you a couple drips every year, every policy. So you'll get, after they close and we get payment, we're gonna send you an email, and it's going to say, congratulations on selling your home, on buying your home. I hope you had a great transaction. Don't forget you have a home warranty, and if you had a good experience, please consider me for a referral. But we send it to you so that you can forward it to your client so it comes from you. Anytime they have service throughout the year and it's a closed claim and you don't know that they've had service, it means it went smoothly. We send you an email, it'll tell you the category that they had a repair in, appliance, plumbing, electrical, the dollar amount we spent, and it'll have a running total of what they've saved over the year. Great reason to pick up the phone and call also. Hey, I see you had an appliance repair and you saved $700. That in and of itself pays the policy, that return on investment. And then at 11 months, we send a happy anniversary to you, to forward on again. But it's just, congratulations on a year in your home, and please remember me if you have anybody looking to buy or sell real estate. So it's just a little more organic way to drip you that you don't have to come up and be creative for. We'll do that for you a couple times throughout the year. So you can put your own orders in, but I'm also always happy to help. If you call me at 2 in the morning, I'm not gonna hear you. But you can email me at 2 in the morning, and before I officially start my day, I'll put the order in. But you can be in the driver's seat.
Yeah,
and do
my
that
point
yourself.
is, and this happens a lot with agents, we're closing tomorrow, and escrow has sent me 3 emails about the home warranty invoice, and I haven't responded yet. And I say, oh my God, we're closing tomorrow. Is it as easy as just calling you, Stacia? I'm
Yes.
sorry, I should have got to this a week ago. Could you jump on this for me, right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
And
that's all I'm
there's
saying.
information I'll need, because you can't just give me an address.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I need a little more.
A little more stuff. Okay.
But I'm happy to help, and I'll ask those questions. So you can put that in your phone under home warranty if you want, or you can put it under Stacia. And
She always answers her phone too. She always gets right back to you if she doesn't answer.
I was
she'll
just
text
saying,
you.
that's a big, always, I like you say, sometimes I'm talking to y'all, or like driving, or what have you, but he will get back to you. And I failed to get back to Patrick one day. I said I'd get back to him, I didn't. And
I wasn't gonna say nothing, but
I threw myself under the bus, but I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't call you back. So I'm not perfect. If you don't hear back from me right away, let me know again. I have a little bit of adult ADD, and it might be obvious as I'm standing there. So, I am human, but I do my best. So have a wonderful day. Put me in your phone. Ask me questions. I have tools, and hopefully I can help you grow your business.
Stacia Brain, everybody. Thank you, Stacia. Thank you. Okay, a couple of things I want to get to before, because Rock has some good stuff to talk about, and Maria has some stuff. She's biting at the bit over there. Okay, there she is. Don't forget this slide. Use it, send it to your sellers specifically, or even buyers, to show us where we are. That's the top 10 firms from last year. And we've been at the top of the list for probably 15 of the 19 years we've been in business. So really good slide to use. Here's some numbers real quick. They're going up. 7791 is what is in ER status yesterday at 5 o'clock. Last year at the same time, it was 5,000. So that's a 3,000 property increase. That's, I don't know, that's a big number. 40%, 45%. So inventory is going up, gang. People are listing their homes. Okay, that's a good thing. And the other part that's kind of neat is the prices are still in line. Okay, it looks like the average went down here a little bit compared to last year, but the median has gone up. We're in that 470, 475 range. So, but it's going to start changing, I think. As that 7,900 goes up to 8,000, that median average price is going to start coming down a little bit. So jump on the bandwagon while you can. That is from LVR. You guys all have access to this. It's in Matrix. When you log in, click on LVR data. It's a black icon of sorts. Lots of data in there, I call it. For those of us that are nerds and like stats and all that stuff, you'll find that in there. That me, Wen? Thank you. Okay. Some other stuff we put in here, if you want to just go back, reference a year ago, month by month, these are in there too. So you can kind of look at them at your leisure. Don't forget the YouTube channel. I think we're up to 237, gang. Unbelievable, And I guess we have about 500 agents in the office. So to get half of you to do it, that's pretty good, actually. But Suzanne said she's going to throw a party for us if we get to 300. So when we get to 300, another taco party, right? All right, upcoming stuff. Later on today at 1 o'clock, I would recommend you jump on this call with Justin. I'm going to be on it. He did it in Arizona last week, from what I'm told. It went really, really well. It's because Justin's also an agent, just so you know. He still does real estate, okay? He has a great presentation that has to do with the buyer-broker agreement. So I'd recommend you jump on this. If you can't, it'll be recorded, but it's going to be a fun class. Chili cook-off is coming up next month. We want everyone to cook their best chili. We have a little contest, and somebody wins a whole bunch of money, or a very little amount of money. But you're going to win something. You're going to win something, okay? I promise. We have to see what it is, okay? And then, of course, on Thanksgiving, we do a whole turkey stuff. We'll probably go to the same place that we get the turkeys from every year. A lot of fun. We want you guys to bring in your little side dishes also. And there's always too much food, but too much is better than not enough. So that's upcoming stuff. Christmas party, as you all know, is at Stoney's this year. The link should be coming up soon, live, where you can register. It's $11 for you, and that goes to our charity. We haven't found the charity yet. It's going to be a pet animal hospital, home for Spot. We got to pick one of those. That's where we've come up with. At least we have the we have the genre of what we want to give it to, but we have to find the right one. So maybe you can help us with that. There you go. And if you want to bring a guest, it's $49 to bring your guest, okay? 2 drinks, all the food you can have, and wear boots, okay? You got to wear boots. Here's Wendy's calendars. They're going over really big. We were on a call the other day with the Arizona managers. They went crazy when they saw this and that, okay? So they're going to start doing this in Arizona. So, Wen, good job. And you, Tim, you did this one too. Very, very nice. So don't forget these classes that some are live, some are on Zoom. There's a handful in Green Valley, I think, on here too. So you can take advantage of those also. And speaking of Green Valley, not next Tuesday, I guess the following Tuesday, they do a builder's breakfast. And I think it's 3 hours they do it. It's for 3 hours, 9:30 to 12:30. And I think they have about 25 or 30 builders come in, and they have a table with, and they talk about their subdivisions, what they have going on, standing inventory, lots of prizes, a lot of fun. So I would definitely recommend making it down there on the 1st. I'm going to go down there. I don't know if we can both go, but we'll figure it out. Oh, it's your day down there? Okay, good.
Well, I have a table there.
Oh, you have a table. There you go. Okay, so, yeah. So,
Before we move on, Tim.
uh-huh.
So Heather and I are coordinating a vendor expo here, probably the first week of December. And it'll be like landscapers, pool people, closing gifts, things like that. That way we're doing it the first week of December, then that way if you want to do gifts for your clients or Christmas or holiday presents, it'll give you enough time to get that before the end of the month. So we're working on that one for our office.
So if you have a vendor, would they have vendors that we would want to know about that could potentially come to this?
So you can email us, because Heather and I.
Like
are
what, though? Like,
a running list, but I have, we have a pool guy, we have, Maria gave us one for a screen, it's a police officer retired. Yeah, so security screens that you can't cut through, so it's just things that we can add to our clients, to help our clients when they're upgrading their homes, or if you have somebody that maybe upgrades bathrooms, a contractor, or whatever it is. We're trying to decide if we want to do like wine and cheese, where you visit each table and they have an array of cheeses or whatever, but you're going there to find out what their business is.
And drink wine.
And
So-
drink wine.
So-
So that interesting.
On that note, I have a client.
Your gal, yes.
That does
The
charcuterie.
board girl, yes.
Yeah.
boards.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
so-
maybe she
Yeah.
could do.
And then I have a couple that do
Closing gifts.
like closing gifts, they laser printing, things like that. I don't want a lot of like the MLM companies, even though I love like the Pamper Chef and stuff for my own kitchen. But I don't want it to be one of those. I want it something to be beneficial for our clients. And then maybe you can look into closing gifts or holiday presents and things like that. But we'll get it out. But if you guys know of anybody that you think you might, we don't know how many, we're trying to figure out the logistics of how many tables we can have.
We're going to do it out in the front, correct?
Yeah, and out the front, maybe kind of spread out to the hallways, but we can only get so many. So we're trying to figure that out, but if you have ideas, people just email me their names and numbers and their company and what they do, and then I'll research and then get back to them, so.
Got
Can
it.
I add something?
Sure.
Okay, a show of hands. Who would prefer to have it during the day or?
Like what time?
Like,
11.
11 to
Yeah.
1 or?
yeah, or my vote, who prefers to have it more in the evening, like 4 to 6:30,
Later,
and have
later,
it do like a wine and more like a party, and you guys can maybe bring
Yeah, that,
a friend or a client or somebody that might enjoy like a walkathon of wine with each vendor. So who likes number 1, daytime? Who likes number 2?
They don't like either one. They don't like either one. I know.
Okay, all right, going in the afternoon.
We might go.
Late afternoon or early.
Might go that way? Okay, good.
That's what we're doing.
All right, some other stuff real quick. There's the Rev Up for all you new agents. Julio, Lydia, John, maybe take another one too, James, I'm sorry. The Rev Up is going well on Zoom only. John Morgan's not here today. He is in Southwest. But he has promised us, that's his autograph, that by October, rates will be 5.5. He's looking pretty smart right now, right? I mean, Huh? Are they just about there now? Oh, wow, okay. So, we bust his chops in a nice way about the rates every time we see him. So one of his, what's the word I'm looking for? One of his, Nostradamus things has come true to 5.5. So that'd be kind of nice. But we'll see him next week. All right, gang. Again, all of our vendors, Rock Title is our favorite. We love Stacia, okay? But we own part of Rock Title, so that's why we like Rock Title a little bit more. So I think Tim and Heather are going to come up and talk a little bit about a little bit of something.
Yeah, I'll let Tim go first, and I'll just.
They have some classes coming up. Make sure you make the Palm Agent class. This is going to be really, really important, okay?
Okay.
So,
Well, all right, I'll go first since my slides are up. So next Wednesday, I'm doing something a little different for our Wednesday workshop. So if you guys haven't read this book or haven't
10
in a
o'clock, it's not
while, we're
bad.
just gonna do an audible in this room, turn down the lights. Everyone brings their own cheese. We're gonna do like a cheese and cracker for Who My Cheese, and it's just a theme on change, which is really relevant for our market right now. It's 45 minutes, the book. Listen to it, so it's great. I'd love for you guys to RSVP and save your spot. And I'll let Tim finish the rest of our classes that we
Okay.
have going on, so.
That's an amazing idea, I love it, I would have never come up with that idea. Show of hands real quick, who's crossed that? Always? That should be like your number one priority, every day.
Good morning, Mr. Acorn. How are you? Good, good, good.
Gonna make it easy for you today, if you would be so kind to hang out with me at 11 o'clock today. We're gonna get the brain trust together, we're gonna talk about some ideas, some strategies.
All right.
I guarantee you, you'll walk away with 6 steps that you can put into play that will help you get more listings. Now, 10, what do you got? You ran off. Gave me a bad time. It's like, why not 7? I'm like, I can do 7. And people remember 3. We're going to do 7. I'll give you the last one. Just do it. Okay? Would love to have you hang out with me. 11 o'clock here. You don't have to Uber. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to get in your car. That's all I got. Heather, you're amazing. Perfect. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you. Thanks so much. I look forward to seeing you a little bit later, hopefully.
Tim stepped out, so I guess I'm jumping in. And this talks about your Palm agent. If you guys have not used this net sheet, this is what I've been using for the last like 10 years. And now Rock Title offers it to us. It's amazing. And it's really impressive because when you do it on your phone, when you're in front of your client, like as a seller, I tell you it gives 10,000, 20,000 higher if you were to price it higher, 10,000, 20,000 lower. It's amazing and it wows your clients every single time. So pretty awesome there, but definitely go and attend that so you understand what that's all about. Yes.
Can I dovetail on that real quick? So I woke up this morning and I got a nice email from Rock Agent that's talking about mortgage rates compared to last year. And at the bottom it says share. Instant content for you.
That's awesome.
And the Great Net Sheet program.
Because that kind of goes into what I'm going to talk about here too shortly. But also we have 2 trainings that you guys do really need to do. Again, you're all independent contractors, so nothing is mandatory. But we like to say these are mandatory. You're going to do one suite training. It's every Monday. Justin does do it on Zoom. And then we also have our one orientation if you're brand new to the company. This is something that you do want to attend once, twice, 3 times, but we do have our vendors participate in some of them too when we have them here. But Justin will go over the back office, one zone, Skyslope forms. So all of that is in there. So try to catch those. That one orientation is every Thursday at 10 a.m. And then what's this one? Rock University. If you guys don't know, if you go into the back office zone, you're going to have all those little tabs of all the tools that we give you. So Rock Title will have a little tab, but next to it will say Rock University. It's a YouTube page of all of their training. A lot of the technology, a lot of our back office tools, social media stuff. So you do really need to check that out. It's a great resource for you. You'll call me all the time, how do I set up this? Well, they've got tons of videos on that. So just click on there and watch if you've got nothing to do, you're sitting at home. We've got One University, we've got Rock University. There's all the stuff that you can do to continue your training without having to physically come into the office. And then Maria, did she step out? Maria,
She ran to get something.
okay, well,
What I wanted to just mention about Rock, what was the one you had?
we're here.
Yeah, well, let's see when we went back real quick. I can't emphasize again, and we do it every week, is the one suite training. That's our CRM. If you're not using the CRM, you're losing money. I saw something the other day that actually brought a little smile to my face, is that Tim Sams actually came in. I said, what are you doing here, Tim? I have an appointment with Conrad to sit down to make sure my one suite CRM is working the way I want it. Conrad does a zillion deals a year. Makes more money than God, okay? And he was never on top of his CRM. He'll admit it, a lot of us aren't. So you need to go into that class, watch it over and over again. The CRM gang is vitally important to you guys kind of moving forward, okay? All right, where is she? You know where you love her. All right, Maria, come on down, Maria. Maria Oaks, everybody. TC, compliance.
Does everybody have the handout for today? We have some shortages and stuff.
It's in the.
While Maria's doing that, Nora, no, where's Stacia? You're still here. Stacia, pick a number between 1 and something.
Well, there's a couple empty ones in here, but 1 and 23.
1 and 23.
14.
14.
Okay, Amy.
Amy? Amy again? There goes Amy the winner, yes. We got a mouse pad, we got the, this t-shirt was,
Susie.
oh, you don't want it? Pull up the bag.
Who needs a handout,
Come on,
guys?
handout. Everybody's got it? We all got it. Okay.
Okay, a handout's really important because the handout gives you the latest and greatest, step-by-step on how to get your BBRAs signed. You're not sending them to me anymore. Ain't gonna happen.
We're not gonna be doing this now. No Q&A today, or else we'll be here until 2 o'clock. Maria's actually gonna do a video. A short video, step by step, on how to do this, and probably a class next week, I think.
Yeah,
Right?
after the meeting next Thursday, then for those of you that, haven't quite figured it out, then we can go through, step by step on it. But what we did, Susie put this together and we actually did it step by step. So you start with step 1 and it just flows right straight through, okay? So you're gonna go in as if you were going to open up a buy-side transaction. So you're gonna go into manage transactions, you're gonna create a transaction, and the key is gonna be, there's gonna be 2 boxes, one that says under contract and one that says pre-contract. That's the one that you wanna click in to put your BBRA in, okay? So please try this at home, go through it, go step by step, make sure that you can get to that point. It's going to create a transaction, it's gonna give you a check sheet of purchase agreement, duties owed that you need, just like a normal transaction. Obviously, you're not gonna have that information because you don't have a property yet. So when you're going to name, like on the second step, it's gonna create the transaction, you're gonna put your representation type. Oops, wait a minute, I'm on the wrong side, I gotta get my glasses out, hold on a second. Oh no, that's right. You're gonna hit purchase, pre, and then step number 6, that's how you're gonna know like which transaction it is. You're gonna put your buyer's name in there. And then later, when you go into your Skyslope under manage transaction, in bright yellow, it's gonna say pre-contract, and it's gonna have that buyer's name. So once you get a contract and you're under escrow, you click on that, and then you're just gonna create the transaction and convert it to a sale. And you're just gonna add in there the seller's information, okay? And then it's gonna give you that same check sheet, and you're gonna upload everything. Your BBRA is already gonna be signed. You start putting in the purchase agreement, your duties owed, and all of that, okay? So you don't have to do 2 this time, yes.
All of you have been on the website, One Realty Resource, where Damien goes step by step on each form, RPA, listing agreement. Marie's gonna create the same type video. I did a video yesterday that's now on our YouTube channel for the BBRA. It was like a 10-minute video, but I go through word for word how to fill out the BBRA, and Marie's gonna do the same thing for this.
Yeah,
Are you
okay.
gonna keep changing, is it going to keep changing or?
As much as we can, Kara. We're gonna change it all the friggin' time, you know?
Every week.
I don't know, you know. But
Okay, so any
the answer is probably
questions?
yes.
Yeah. Any questions, because you're not gonna be sending the BBRAs to me anymore. And those of you that TC with me, you're the only ones that are gonna send them to me.
As well as the mentees also, they'll be sending them to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Because we don't want them touching Skyslope.
Yeah,
at all.
whoever's TCing with me, you're gonna continue to send everything to me. I'll get it open and signed and get it back to you. But the rest of you, you have to go through this process in order to get your BBRAs done. Okay?
And this is still happening, right? The CDA is still only through Skyslope, it's not through Transaction
No,
Desk yet?
Transaction Desk has it finally up.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Bam, okay.
Okay, so here's the other thing. Whoever's using Apple, sometimes I've had 2 agents now that have come in with their laptops for Apple, and it's still not working on their Apple device. Skyslope is telling us that the reason for that is because you're not on Chrome and you're on Safari. So you're gonna have to download Chrome onto your Apple device and use everything through Chrome for it to work. It won't work under Safari, okay? Got it? Everybody's good?
Crystal clear.
Yay.
Amy?
No
So
question. Yes.
The BBRA, the real, broker's name is Team of Mark Hotel.
No, who is our broker?
Mark
Otero. It's always Mark Otero, never Tim. He just signs
Never,
everything.
ever.
He just signs everything, but the name is all on everything, your duties owed, your listing, everything has to be Mark Otero.
And again, that's why it's important you get into Skyslope, because the division is gonna start going around ordering files to see if we have them in there within 72 hours. So before you get slapped for $500, just learn how to upload it. Your life will be so much easier.
Yeah, and remember what the policy is on when they're supposed to do the BBRA. When are you supposed to get that BBRA signed? After you've gone into escrow, or before you start showing property? Okay, cause I'm getting a lot of them where you guys are sending them to me, and they're dated after you've already opened escrow. Okay, so those are all gonna be a big no-no.
Right, we'll accept those, it's better than not having it, but if the file gets audited,
Yeah,
you're gonna get fined.
the fines are gonna come to you guys, okay? Done.
Yay! Hey, before we get to Wendy, something that we just realized about the seller, the tenant BBRA. We had a deal closed this week on the BBRA, our agent had $500. That agent got a check from the tenant for $500 paid to the Realty One Group, right? Easy peasy. Then, a week later, we get a check for $300 from Ricky at Remax Property Management. So we have $500 from the tenant, we got $300 from the property manager. What do we do? How much does the tenant get? How much does our agent get?
500.
How much?
500.
Whatever the contract had.
$500, correct.
Yeah.
So that agent was upset that she couldn't get the other $300. We can't give it to you, okay? So what you might wanna do, if you're doing lots of rentals, I know some of you are, if you could, find out in advance what the co-op is. And incorporate that maybe in your BBRA, okay? So if you're gonna charge them $500, if there was no co-op, it seems like a lot of tenants are willing to pay you guys $300, $400, $500 for your help to find a home. So take that money. But if you know in advance it's $300 from Ricky at Remax, then put $800 on the BBRA, and you'll get all the money, okay? But you need to know what that co-op is.
Where's the other 300? Is that go to a raffle?
I'll never say. Actually, you know what we did, not to pat us on the back, we went to the powers that be, and we gave the the other 300 to the agent, even though we're not supposed to, okay? Because we can get in trouble. But the agent didn't do it on purpose, it just happened to work out that way. But in the future, you're not getting that money, you're only gonna get what's on the BBRA,
So
okay?
Tim,
Same concept.
if you're on the listing, you're doing a rental listing, how does the commission work on that if you want to, do you ask your owner to pay for the buyer's agent's commission? Does that make sense? No,
So you have
The
a
landlord.
courtesy listing, right?
correct.
And how much are they paying you? What's on the listing agreement?
Whatever you're paying you.
What's 400?
I don't know, what are they paying you? What are they paying you?
600.
Okay,
Okay.
so when they make an offer, they're gonna probably ask you to pay
Out of my commission?
the buyer, well,
No.
someone's, yours or the landlord,
I see.
okay? Yeah. So, again, it's, I think if I was a rental agent now, I
Is
could
it one
see,
check then, or is it,
it's never one check.
no?
No, one comes from the tenant, one comes from the property manager, But if I was doing rentals now, I think you can make 600 easy on every rental. You know, even 3 and 3 if you wanted to be, you know, conservative.
But on the listing side too.
Yeah.
I think I would have your homeowner pay you your commission and then have the homeowner also send the
Right.
buyers.
If you put on the listing agreement, Carrie,
Commission too.
$1,000, but you know that 500 is for you and 500 is to the other side. When it
Okay.
closes, your landlord will write out a check for $1,000 to Realty One Group.
But you can't
Okay.
have a rental listing, you only have to have your side.
Technically,
When you
yes.
get
You're technically, yes, yes.
So it is to, would they make the check out directly to the other company if they are willing to give?
Maria, jump in on this.
What was the question?
If I take a rental listing,
Yeah.
before I used to have the fee of what I'm getting and what I'm giving to the other agent,
Mhm.
now we can't have that.
Are you
So-
on the listing side?
Listing,
We
yeah.
have those paragraphs that legal.
No, there's a rental.
Rental.
Right.
So she's gonna put $1,000,
But
let's say.
But she's gonna have to have a listing agreement, it's
Mhm.
the same listing
Right.
agreement that
Same.
we use for everything, so
Right.
you use that same verbiage.
Mhm.
And then you can say the buyer's getting $300, the listing agent's gonna get $500.
I thought we can't.
No, we're not
put
doing that. No,
whatever
we're not doing that on
is
the listing agreement, no.
You
no.
can't.
Okay, so the point is, let's say you're the landlord, I take your listing, and you're paying me $1,000, okay? As the listing agent, I don't care about the buyer side, okay? But in talking to you, you might say, well, Judy, if you wanna enhance, see, I think on rentals, more, on a sale or a purchase, the conversation about co-op is really important, okay? But on a rental, I don't see it being that big of a deal with the tenant, with the seller, okay? Just worry about your $500 or whatever they're gonna pay you, okay? And then the buyer's agent will have their own BBRA with what they're getting, okay? And to your point, your landlord would write a check to Realty One Group, and then the buyer or the renter would be writing out a check to Realty One Group. That's what happened with the deal we were just talking about. We got 2 checks coming in.
We had 2
Okay.
checks, yeah,
Right.
one from the tenant.
And one from the property
500,
manager.
And then $300 from the property management company.
Correct, gotcha, okay. All right, gang, where is she? You know her? You love her? Come on now, Wendy Schaller, everybody. Come on, here we go.
Okay, so, when tickets are, okay, perfect. A lot of you are coming to me with my listings are just sitting. What can I do? How do I market them? And it's just a market right now, guys. A lot of people over the past 5 years gotten used to just listing it and then selling in hours or days. And now they're like, I'm doing open houses, nobody's showing up at the open houses, or I've got it listed, nobody's viewing it, I've only had 3 showings in the last 2.5 months. It could always still be your price, it could be the location, it could be anything about it, but people, some of the agents have gotten used to just overpricing their listings $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, and they're like, well, whatever, people come in there and make an offer. Well, when you do that, guys, you need to understand the neighborhood. I have a whole class on this, so I'm kinda going off topic, but if you're gonna do the comps, when you're sitting down doing your listing presentation, you're gonna figure out what the neighborhood is selling for. And if the max in that neighborhood is 500, do not price it at 580 or 600, cause generally, everybody that's pre-approved for 500 is looking in that neighborhood because it's 500, so nobody's going to see your listing when that agent sets up that search, right? So all of these are getting shown except for yours, and you're like, what's going on? So be realistic with your pricing. So it's a very honest conversation you're going to have with your clients. Don't just say, yeah, I'll price it at 600 because that's what you want and I need a listing. It's gonna do more harm than good. You're gonna spend a lot of money listing and marketing that property for nobody to see it. So with that, if you are reasonably priced, there's nothing wrong with the home. Our inventory has just gone up. The interest rates are a little bit higher. So with that, it's the challenge of now we have to really do our job. Back in the day, we really had to market our properties. So just some ideas. I was gonna leave out the obvious stuff, but then I was like, you know what? Some people still aren't even doing the obvious stuff. So with that, you're gonna take your listing, you're gonna put it on the MLS. You're hopefully going to get professional photos. Again, the photos are what draw people into your property. You have one chance of them seeing it, whether it's on the MLS, whether it's on Zillow. Don't take a picture with your cell phone with a reflection of you in the bathroom you just can't do that, you know? It's about $150 to get 35 photos. And then you've got drone, and then you've got Matterport, you've got to add all of these things to it, but at least do the first 35 photos with a professional photographer. the lighting matters, the way that the house shows, the photographer's gonna walk in and say, well, there's clothes everywhere, you know, are you guys ready? Do you want me to come back? Again, you don't know what you don't know, but I have a whole class on your listing and how to prepare the house for the pictures and all of that. But you're gonna wanna tidy up and everything, but turning on the blinds, turning on all the lights, turn off the fans. You've all seen the pictures where it's this blur in the ceiling because the ceiling fan's moving at the same time they took the picture. That's what a professional photographer is going to show you and help you when they're taking those photos, right? But it matters because they're gonna see it and then they're gonna go, I want to see this house. The whole key is getting them in the house, guys. Just get them there. They might get there and go, oh, you know, I don't like this floor plan. Fine, but you gotta get them there and the photos are the key. So you could do drone, you could do virtual tour as well. Yard sign and flyers. If your clients allow you to do it, I'm a firm believer in that yard sign and the flyer box. And I know it sounds crazy, but I'm a very green person, so I don't like to waste paper. But I've gotten so many other listings and buyers just off of that, having flyers on that flyer box. So people got away from it a long time ago. But really, they're like, I've been driving around all day, you're the only one I saw with flyers. Okay, people still like it. Now, I have a little strategy and I don't put the price on the flyers and then they call up and they yell at you. It's like, why wouldn't you even tell me how much it is? I'm so sorry, you know, we were doing a price adjustment, I didn't wanna waste the paper, so I'm so glad you called me. What's your information, what are you looking for, what, you know? So there's different ways to do it. So you can just do one flyer and just keep refilling it. First 25 are gonna be the neighbors. Sometimes it's a good thing, the neighbors wanna sell. Look at what they've done. You're trying to get more listings. And how better to showcase what you do other than to the neighbors is like, I do the open houses and I set them up like this and I get a sign and I promote your property and I get the flyers. So they like to see that. So everything you do is not just for that listing, guys, it's to gain others, right? Just listed postcards to the neighbors. Hi, just listed a home on 123 Main Street, 2 streets over. Just wanted to let you know if you're looking for anybody, give them a flyer. A lot of people don't open their doors, but you can fold it up and leave it there. If they have a Ring camera, guys, I'm big on the Ring camera. Hi, you know, knock, 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 it's ringing. They don't want to answer, that's fine. I will leave my whole spiel on that Ring camera. Hi, I'm Wendy, I'm with Realty One Group. I just listed a house down the street. I'm talking to them like they're in front of me because guess what? They're going to watch it. And I make it entertaining and I have my personality out there. If you need anything, give me a call. I'm going to leave you a flyer. And they're just, you know, they're laughing, but that's okay. They're going to remember me. So that's all that I need them to do is just remember me, right? Mail to your personal sphere. So when you take a listing, even though your people might not be looking for anything or their potential buyer are not in that price range, still mail them. Hi guys, just wanted to keep you in the loop. This is my newest listing. You don't know who their friends, their family are. Maybe they wanted, all of a sudden it was just them buying and they're like, hey, if I move my parents in here, we can all afford the house. And it just gets them thinking. But your sphere is, they're the ones that are going to be giving you those referrals, hopefully. So advertise to them, and you can do it on social media, but I also like, there's like the video one, bomb and stuff like that. Do a quick little video and text it to them, and just say, hi guys, I just took my newest listing, just wanted to let you know, I love to tell all my friends and family, or my clients, my current clients, my past clients, this is what's going on. They like that personal touch. So I would do a video, I would do a mailer, I would email them, whatever it is that you want to do, but just that sphere is not just to market them for that, it's to promote your other stuff going on with your business. Let's see, open houses, huge thing. So there's a love-hate with open houses, but if you're taking a listing and you're going to tell them you're going to do open houses, you better do open houses. And whether that's you doing them personally or getting another agent to do them. But if you can't get anybody else to do them, you need to do them. But again, it's not 99% of the open houses, you're not selling that house there. You're trying to gain buyers. But I would sit there and say, hi, I'm doing an open house to market your listing. And yes, I'm sitting there to market their listing, but if I gain buyers, I'm going to do that. So it's a win-win if you do both of those, right? So just focus on maybe doing open houses or having somebody to do them for you. Personal email to your contacts we just talked about. Add your listings to your website. If you have the free Realty One website, it just pulls it on there. But if you have an outside website that you might have made from a third party, make sure you add your listings on there if it's not connected to the MLS. And then you can do a single property website for that, 123 Main Street, and I think List Reports does it, right? Heather had a whole class last week on List Reports, so get with Heather if you do want to do that. If you have a listing, you can make a property, just a whole website just on that. You can put it on YouTube, you can email that one website out to all of your clients. Very pretty, very colorful, so it's great. And then broker open events. Broker open is like an open house with agents. So you promote that. Again, it's your responsibility. I just got in the question last night of how do I find out all the broker open events that are going on. Unfortunately, you're relying on the agents to do that. So there is a system, and I didn't put it in here, but I forget there are a couple of companies, but you can buy, I think it's like $49.99, and you can buy all the agents' emails in the zip code. And you can send out a mass flyer for the realtors to say, I'm having a broker open event, so me promoting it, and it'll go to all of the agents that are in that zip code, and it will promote your broker open event. So you can just pass out flyers here, you can put it on our Facebook pages and because we have about 2,000 agents at Realty One Group, so if you guys have a broker open, put it on all 4 Facebook groups. Get all of the Realty One agents to show up and do, wine and cheese or whatever it is, but make sure when you're serving alcohol, I always tell people, you gotta have somebody just monitoring that, give them stamps that they've had a cup or whatever. You don't want anybody getting too intoxicated and causing an issue. We've had somebody that says, oh, I'll do mimosas on a Sunday morning, and next thing you know, there's a whole bottle of stuff missing, and they're like, I hope they are not driving, so keep that in mind. You're trying to do a fun event, but you also don't wanna get yourself in trouble. So, garage sale. I'm not a big fan of garage sale, but we had a couple of agents that had their house listed that the seller wasn't able to do the garage sale ahead of time, so they did it while the house was on the market, so they just blocked it out, no showings, but yet your sign is out front or whatever, so now they know that so when they pull up, they're like, oh, they're doing a garage sale because the house is listed. Oh, let me see what's going on with the house. Can I have a tour? Be there and attend that garage sale with your clients, and you're ready and willing to show them that house and have a one-on-one tour with that. So that's a great way to advertise as well, because people come, they hunt down those garage sales. So, let's see, agent flyers, again, we just talked about mailing them out, mail flyers to apartments with the same rent or mortgages. So if you find an apartment, those 3 bedrooms that have a rent that's $3,200, and your mortgage is like $2,800, they can probably afford it. They might not realize that they can even afford to buy a home, but put the mailers, get with Raw Title, and say, here's the address to the apartment complex. I only want the 3 bedrooms. And then they'll give you a list of all the 3 bedrooms in there, and you mail that flyer, hey, just look what came on the market. This is your price range. They can afford it. So it's just different ways to get a little creative with that. Social media, Facebook ads you can run, Instagram, YouTube channel. Put keywords in there so when people are Googling pool home in Summerlin, yours is gonna pop up because that's what you put into that description, all right? LinkedIn, TikTok, Nextdoor is a good one too. I don't know all the rules on Nextdoor, but somebody was saying you can't just advertise on there, but you can say holding a garage sale because they're moving or something like that. So look at how LinkedIn lets you advertise. I found out eBay actually they have a whole realtor ads. They start at $50, and you can put ads for your houses that are listed on eBay. I don't know who's looking on there, but hey, you don't know. Craigslist as well. Craigslist, I've had a scam one time where I had a house listed, and another agent had called me because somebody had posted my listing as a rental, and they were collecting it. I had to go to the police. Oh yeah. And they took my pictures,
So
put it on.
the moral of the story is avoid Craigslist.
Yeah,
Really,
but you know
don't
what,
even go
though?
on there. Don't even go on there.
It's not, I'm not a fan of it, but do check and see once you have listings, if they're posted on there, right? So I'm not a huge fan of it, but I've seen it, people advertise on there. But then always update your Zillow and Realtor.com. Just because you have a listing and they pull it, doesn't mean they've pulled the correct information. I had 1 story, they put 2 story. I had 4 bedrooms, they put 3 bedrooms. So you need to make sure every time you get a listing, you're scouring the internet that information is correct, because you might have somebody that doesn't have an agent, and they're going to Zillow to find a home, and they don't see your home because doesn't match what it actually is. So just make sure that all that information is updated there. But hopefully this gives you some ideas on other ways that you can market your listings, because I know it's a little slow out there, but we just kind of have to get creative, guys. So that's all I got.
Ready, everybody? All right, Jamie. Come on up, Jamie, while I pull up the website here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Try this. Got it. Could you help me out real quick?
Oh, yes.
Did you hold the O? Oh, boy.
Those things
Real
are-
quick, I just felt compelled just to bring a little clarity. I feel like it's cloudy with a chance of rain. So I'm gonna draw something here. Bear with me real quick. That's beautiful. This is an umbrella. See what I did there? Cloudy with a chance of rain, clarity. This is a Cuba umbrella. Just to be clear, Cuba owns Realty One Group and Rock Title, separate entities. Rock does not own Realty One Group does not own Rock or Epic. So Epic's over here as well. Separate entities, different leadership, just so you're clear, just in case that was a little fuzzy for some of you coming on board with Realty One Group. Good? So I used to do stand-up, that's why I'm doing this now. It didn't work out. And so much for my art.
Okay, Tim's gonna sit down now, okay?
Did I mention 11 o'clock here?
That's right, but stay afterwards, Tim's gonna do a class on
No
formula,
pressure.
correct? One thing real quick, who knows what clear cooperation policy is? Does anybody care? It's called CCP. This is big in the news, I just want you to be aware of it. So if you're in conversation with people, other agents, you know about it. In 2019, NAR put out the rule that if you take a listing, you have to put it in MLS within 24 hours. Before 2019, you could take a listing and hold on to it. Never put it on MLS, if you chose not to. What is that called when you do that?
Pocket listing.
Pocket listing, yes. So in 2019, the clear cooperation policy at NAR eliminated pocket listings. Okay, and I think it's been going pretty good. Now there's rumblings from other brokers, well-known
There was something on the
companies.
news, Umansky.
Yeah, Dancing with the Stars, Mario, he owns the agency. He also started the American Association of Realtors to compete against NAR. I don't think there's any membership though, but he created it, so he's a smart guy. But he wants to encompass, his company want to eliminate this. So if you get a listing, Conrad, today, you don't tell anybody if you don't want to. Pocket listing. Why would he do that? What's his
Because he has
benefit?
a buyer or he has.
There you go. Yeah, exactly, you know? And the reason they passed a rule in 2019 is that buyers complained that their house was not getting exposure. And there was lawsuits. Sellers came back 6 months later and said, you know what, Conrad, I appreciate that offer, but I was at the dinner party and someone made a point that if you did put it on Zillow and Realtor.com and all, there's a good chance I could have got more money, right? That's the point. So this is gonna be big. If they go back and eliminate CCP, it could go back to pocket listings. And I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest with you. But there are some big brokers out there nationally that want it. And there's some big ones that don't want it. But just kind of be aware of it, that this is cycling back again. Thoughts about that? Pretty simple stuff, okay? Okay. Anybody have a listing they wanna talk about? Anything new or hot listing that just hit the market, or?
I have a listing I'm desperate.
Do it, Carol, do it, baby.
Okay,
She's
I have
desperate.
a gorgeous one story on TPC Vegas, strip views, mountain views, golf course. It's on the championship tees. You'll never get hit. You don't have traffic or noise on the tee box. Stunning. 3-bedroom plus study, 4 bath, very rare. 1 story, and it's updated. And it's 1.79, and the comps play it out. It's 3,300 square feet, but my sellers have already bought in California, and they're motivated, and I'm gonna have it open 1 to 4 on Saturday, and would love to have anyone show it. It's a great kind of secret neighborhood of all 1-stories on the TPC
What's the
Vegas.
street name?
Canyon Mesa, 9613 Canyon Mesa. So if you have a discerning buyer that has wanted a quiet, gorgeous lot, has a spool, a brand new spool, a hot tub, wet gas. It's on over 12,000 square foot lot. It's just
Nice.
beautiful, stunning, quiet, spectacular views with mountains, and it's the best orientation also. So if you're a new Las Vegas, one of the best orientations you can get is a rear south. Because you get the summer sun, you get morning sun, but you never have the sun beating straight in. So the rear of this house is south facing. You walk in, 12-foot ceilings, and you see back to the golf course all through the house. So it's the perfect orientation. I have a house on a golf course facing west, and part of the day I have to have my blinds closed. This house, I'm never have to close it.
Nice, good listening, thank you, Carol. Last but not least, this is facts.realtor. Again, the website we've been talking about for months. If you go there, and you scroll down a little bit, right here, right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are those 6 consumer guides that you all should print out, have with you, have in the car, spontaneously you meet a buyer, or have it on your phone, we can email it to them. These guides will just make that BBRA conversation so much easier. And even with the sellers, explain to them how that has changed with the co-op, okay? All right, kids, there's a lot of food out there, so finish up the food. Thank you all, facts.realtor. Come to